feeling like I'm academics.
Let me get to some of the Milagro stuff that's going on. This is interesting. We're getting to the final days of the Meg Thee Stallion and Milagro defamation case coming to a conclusion. And, it's hard for me to figure out, like, what's happening in court and really what way, the jurors might be going. Nevertheless, is it still going now? By the way, Megan claimed that she might be suing other people. Daylight, thank you for that. We're gonna get to the Indian K-Boss. Don't worry about it. Megan Thee Stallion claims that she hasn't said that she's not gonna be suing anyone else. I wonder who else she might be thinking about suing. Interesting. Is Armon here with an update? We need Armon for the update. Let's see. Milagro will finish testifying tomorrow, probably for about 30 minutes. Megan will testify again briefly, and the judge ruled Milagro lawyers can ask her about the gag order and comments outside court last week. There will be no jury instruction about it. They said the big issue after the jury left was about whether Milagro qualifies as a media defendant under Florida law. The judge said no before the trial. Milagro lawyers say the situation has changed. Judge Alton Naga says she'll rule on whether she's a media defendant after the verdict. Jurors will be asked to decide if Milagro is a media defendant. Okay, so they look like they'll be given some jury instructions to ask if Milagro is a jury defendant. Interesting. Now, this is why this is important in the Milagro case and Meg case, right? If you are a media entity, before someone sues you for defamation, it actually requires that they need to provide you notice that you have done wrong, in terms of you have gotten something wrong or you have put out something that is defaming them before they could file a lawsuit. Because there was no warning given to Milagro, if she does qualify to be a media defendant, this case will be dismissed because she wasn't given proper warning. Now, people feel like this judge is a little bit biased, so they actually believe that number one, the judge already ruled prior saying that she would not be considering Milagro as a media defendant. However, since her lawyers are now saying things have changed, the judge is saying she'll rule after the verdict, but she'll also have the jurors kind of weigh in on it. If the jurors believe that Milagro is a media defendant, I would imagine that they would come back with saying that, well, despite this defamation, it's a non-issue because the laws would not enact. The laws would not support her being sued. Also, even though the judge already ruled, and usually they don't go against their own ruling, if the judge did rule after the verdict, let's say the verdict came back as liable, and that's what it is in civil court, not guilty or not guilty, it's liable or not liable. If she was liable for the damages of defamation, if the judge did say after the verdict, well, she is a media defendant, that means that the jury verdict will be tossed. But the judge hasn't decided or made any decision that has really been in Milagro's favor. People believe that the judge is anti-Milagro. So I'm kind of expecting that we're going to hear, no, you're not a media defendant, right? I think what Milagro's team is doing is good. They're trying to make it a big issue where it could be, it could be a landmark case. Like, for example, with me, when I went into the deposition and the hearing for the motion to compel, it was noted by the judge he did not want to make a decision on whether Akademiks, and again, he said, I won't make a distinction about your company, DJ Akademiks LLC, is I won't make a distinction about your company being media or not, right? I'll only judge on this particular situation how you covered the Tory trial, and I don't want anything I say to either make it that in further hearings you could either always be viewed as media or never be viewed as media. So he didn't want anything that could be used as case law for other cases. And I was pretty much waiving the media stuff, even though I seen my guy Dennis Byron, he didn't like that. But I felt like I answered the question. That's why I didn't use the media protection. And my answer to the question of who gave me the what they thought was the discoverable DNA report? I don't recall. As I've said before, and I'll say again. All right. Anything? Let me see. Let's see if we get Armon. There's that boy Armon with some. I might have to call him. Maybe I could call that guy. Armon Wiggins.
You aware that Miss Cooper read all the police reports?
Oh, he's live right now. Okay, cool.
Oh, hold on.
Pause. Right.
Sat through the entire trial and had 2 notebooks. You weren't at the trial the entire time, right? No. So she's more likely to have better knowledge than you. I don't agree, Megan Thee Stallion. Just because someone is sitting in court taking notes doesn't make it true. But this is her opinion, that it was a botched investigation. Yes? Yes. Does Milagro have to agree with you that the investigation was perfect? Does she have to agree? And they said, you want her to believe you, right? You want her to believe what you believe is true. And she said, I want her to believe the evidence. They also said, would you believe that there were non-credible witnesses at the trial? Because Kelsey wasn't credible. And she said, well, Kelsey didn't tell the truth. They said, why can't you say Kelsey's not credible? Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to use that word. I'm going to say she was untruthful. I need to look up the definition of a non-credible witness.
So that was this is Meg Thee Stallion that was on she's on the stand today.
He didn't want to say non-credible witness because that's what Milagro had tweeted. So in this instance right there, from my interpretation, and this is why I started leaning towards a little bit of the Milagro side, because outside of all the things that you felt like, she said negative about you, it feels like Megan Thee Stallion is upset and mad that Milagro doesn't believe her and has a difference of opinion. And because the way that Milagro tells her opinion, you want to sue her for her opinion.
True. Preach.
Like, you can't sue me because I feel like it was a botched investigation. It's like, since when is that a problem for me to say, like, girl, I feel like that was a botched investigation? So now I can't, and so people are like looking at me like I'm not going for that shit, because now it's starting to get too muddy for me. Like, now I can't even say like that investigation was botched to me, or now I got to get sued. Hell no. I'm not going for that. I don't have to agree with you.
Okay, so we're kind of hearing some of the same things here, which by the way, this is the lawyer here. Ain't this the lawyer? He just represented Alicia Andrews. Yo, chicks. First thing they're thinking about is they think the lawyer looks good. He represented Alicia Andrews. McLimit. I think he did. Let's look. McLimit. Alicia Andrews. I'm pretty sure I saw that guy. Yes, it's the same guy. My memory's so good, bro. My memory is so good. I knew it, bro. My memory good
in
as
the
fuck.
old days.
Yeah, I remember. This is a nigga who represented Alicia Andrews, and Milagro got him. Oh shit! I might have to follow this boy on the gram. Pause. And I ain't gonna lie, I was reading some of the transcript of what he was talking about. He was actually giving some work out there. He was putting in some work. Like Rhonda, she has another attorney named Rhonda. No disrespect to her, she too old. She too old. No disrespect. I don't even know how old she is, but I could tell she out of her league, gang. She out of her league. Oh, I could tell. This is a nigga right here, too. Yo, his handle is Slick J. Come on, man. That's how you want your lawyer to have this type of name, Slick J. Holy. All right, homie. Now, granted, we got to give him credit for the Alicia Andrews thing. You know why? Bro, she got manslaughter, nigga. She ain't get murdered. She got manslaughter, nigga. She be out in 10. Nigga, she be out fucking some football player in like 8 years. She be good. She be out fucking a football player in 8 years, gang. Like, she got to win. I ain't going to lie. She got to win. Anytime I see a good attorney, I follow him. So I'm going to follow homie. He looked like, again, even though I think that Alicia Andrews was guilty as charged and her ass should be doing life and a half, some way, somehow, he got her manslaughter. She about to get 10. She already done served like 2. She going to be out in like 6, 7. She chilling. You feel me? It is what it is. And this is the attorney who really did the legwork. I can't even lie. All right, bet.
Megan did not remain consistent with her story.
Let me get some liquor.
They said you gave everybody permission to say she didn't get shot and to laugh. And Milagro like, girl, that is not fair for y'all to say that, to blame me and say that I gave everybody in the world permission to say that Megan Thee Stallion didn't get shot. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're kind of trying it. That's why I'm like, girl, yes, Milagro is wrong, but I can't go with it. They trying to say that Milagro Grams is the whole reason why the whole world believes Megan Thee Stallion is a liar. It's all her fault. And Megan Thee Stallion is traumatized and can't go to work, can't make no money because of Milagro Grams in her Twitter. I'm not going for that. I just like, come on, girl. Like, girl, no. Y'all trying it. Y'all trying that. Y'all trying. Milagro gave the world permission to laugh and berate and hate Megan. Like, I'm not doing that with y'all. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Y'all know that's crazy. That's crazy.
What do you say? I got some more liquor. I got some more, what's it called?
Then, they said, actually, Milagro said her manager should be the one getting sued. He's the one sitting up here, sending her all the stuff, stressing her out. Not me. He should be getting sued. Talking about T. Ferris. They said he goes, and then the guy goes, so when you started working with the Petersons, she said, I have not worked with them. He just started jumping. So when you started working with the Petersons, it's like, girl, you're not going to get me to start. Why are you trying to say I work with them? I never said that. Why would you jump out the window and just start a whole nother thing when I started working with the Petersons? He said, you expect.
I like Armon's, like, we cover different things, but I think he's really good at what he does. Can't cap.
Expect us to believe that you don't work with them? She said, you can believe what you want, but you haven't proved I worked with them this whole trial.
There you go.
I'm like, ooh. Okay. So that's when they started. They played an audio of her where she said she thinks people feel some type of way about her relationship with Tory, and she thinks that people feel a way about the love that Tory's dad has for her and the care that,
Somebody had some crazy rumor that Tory's dad fucked Milagro. I'm keeping it a bean. I don't think that ain't that nigga like. Well, pastors do be fucking the most. I don't know, because I think Tory's dad sent her money. I never talked to Tory's dad. I ain't gonna cap with you. Shit, if I was her, I don't know if she's fucked these people. I don't know if she's fucked anybody. But if I was her, I would just say it in court. Yo, me and Tory dad fucked. if that's what it was. Now, I'm not trying to say it was that, but like, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. Like, I think if Milagro got money from Tori's dad, it was probably because Tori's dad was trying to fuck more than, oh, I'm paying for your opinion. I'm gonna keep it a beam.
Basically, Tori has for her. There's a lot of people who try to be an ally of mine just to get close to, Daystar.
Well, yeah, I know Sunstar claimed that he sent her money for promo. I guess he had a book. I don't know. Bro, here's the thing. Let me say this. If I know people who, like, I know a few motherfuckers who I believe Rock Nation paying them. And when I mean paying them, this is how, if I had to prove that, right? This is how I would do it. Yo, all your events are basically sponsored by Rock Nation. Basically, Rock Nation is turned into the place that you get all your money at. Bro, it's like $2,000 is not going to buy a nigga opinion forever. Right? Like, what? But it's very different if it's like, yo, this entity is keeping you, is responsible for your whole entire livelihood. Now, you might not consider that like paying for your like whatever, but that's more closer to paying for somebody's opinion more than a one-time $2,000 payment. Like if Tori's dad was, oh, we're going to put you on our podcast network, Milagros. Oh, Milagro, we're going to have a sponsorship. And basically just kind of funneling money to her. And then now she's on the show like, oh, I love Tori, I love Tori, I love Tori. I'm like, okay, maybe you got a point. But bro, like, they got all the financial records. You're telling me $2,000 or $3,000 is what y'all think that Milagro sold her soul for, bro? Come the fuck on, bro. It would have been better if you're like, yo, Milagro was trying to fuck Tori or Sunstar or something like that. Come on, dog. Like, this shit don't make sense.
Star and Sunstar, that's what she was pretty much saying. She said, then they were playing, I never went to school for journalism. What I look like, right? What article did I fucking write? Then what the I look like? What you mad for? I shouldn't be considered a news source anyway. So they cropped that and played that. And so that was to discredit her. So it's like, but I never wrote no article. I never did this. I never did that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're really keen on trying to say this person's not a journalist. Like again, in the motion to compel, when they were saying the Shield law didn't apply to me, they were saying, well, Aka said he's not a journalist. Well, it's funny how y'all will take someone at face value on words, as opposed to so if I say I'm an alien, am I now fully an alien? The problem here is, and I know if I ever get in legal situations with them, like I'm gonna make sure I make my lawyers hammer that through, is that the proof that you're a journalist or not a journalist isn't if you say you're a journalist. It's have you done things or covered things, and really journalism, it doesn't mean you have to work for New York Times. Have your job been to disseminate information in a news style that has certain type of, integral factors. It's not about if you claim it or not. You get what I'm saying? Like, if LeBron James says, I'm not a basketball player, but he's showing up every day and he's dropping 50, he's a basketball player. Who gives a fuck what he said? So that's what they keep trying to use. Oh, Milagro, you said you've never wrote an article or done journalist shit, but y'all are talking about her taking copious notes in a courtroom, paying attention to everything going on, disseminating the information to her followers. And by the way, what Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion lawyers are trying to do, they're trying to say that if you have an opinion, you're not a journalist. That's not true.
But I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if that's going to work. It's going to be instructed. I don't know if they're going to go unanimous or it could be 50-50, 40-60. I don't know. We'll see.
So in a civil case, unlike a criminal case, it's usually, because it's not only preponderance of the evidence, it usually requires at least 50%. So it's majority rules. So again, in the civil case, this is why people that, sometimes, Someone might get found innocent in a court of law for murder, but they might be still liable for the murder. Why? Because it might just be, you could sue around mitigating factors like, hey, well, you provided a place that the murder happened, and or you help set up a situation whether knowingly or knowing that it happened, so you're liable for the effects of the damages that happen. But not only that, you don't need beyond a reasonable doubt. You just need, they instruct the jury is preponderance of the evidence, which means that if you feel it's in one, it's this is the middle, and if you're like this, go that way. If you're like this, go that way. That's basically what they tell people in civil trials, as opposed to criminal trials. If you're not all the way over here, which means beyond a reasonable doubt, you don't have a decision. So if you're not all the way over here saying guilty, you're innocent. That's how it works, right? And when it comes to voting, you don't need 12-0. You actually just need more than half, right? In certain places, in certain civil cases, it's actually less or more jurors than 12. And they usually never require unanimous votes. They usually require at least half. Okay?
It'll be a good time. And I'm excited. Every person that has donated and helped us get here.
Okay, I'm looking up clips, honestly. If I get the clips, it'd be cool. You know, Armon has his stream going on, so, you know, he's going to do his regular thing. But if I could get any clips, that's going to help us. All right, I'll probably just have to just go back in the middle of it. Give me
It was Milagro.
Chad, give me 5-10 more minutes on this, and we're out of here, right?
Milagro's tweet, though, it was her opinion that the investigation would be botched, that, you know, Megan, you know, this was about 20, you know, all this case showed was, hold on, let me see if I can find that 20-year tweet. Hold on. This was what the tweet was about. Hold on, let me see. Hopefully I have it. Based off of these things, Megan Thee Stallion didn't like that she tweeted that. So this is what Milagro's lawyer asked him. So you want anyone and Miss Cooper to be charged for defamation for this type of tweet? She said, yes. But it's more than just a tweet. And that's when I was like, oh, wait, hold on. You want these people to be charged for defamation because they don't agree with you. And they had their own realization of the trial. Fuck that. Absolutely not. Bullshit. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, these celebrities have gotten way too ahead of themselves. So I can't have an opinion on the way that the case went. That's just like me saying, you know, all new, like a Milagro lose this case, all new media, you got to make sure that you got to kiss all these celebrities and people can be bought and paid for and biased as hell or whatever, and you can lose the case. And all of a sudden I should be sued because that was my opinion after sitting in the court and looking at it. Whether you agree with me or not, you can have your own opinion. I should be sued? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. And I'm not going with it. I'm not going. Now, a lot of journalists will probably agree, but you got to understand, they have a bias and they don't want us in the space.
I agree with that too. So like the people who are like journalists, that they don't have platforms, but they feel like their media credentials and, oh, I've been a journalist for this long. They want to push out people who have gotten in non-traditional means. Me, Armon, Milagro, and the likes of those. So they're hoping that something could come down in court to say, aha, you guys aren't like us. You know, really not like us. They're trying to say, we have protection, you don't.
So when you read the write-ups, you're probably going to read a different energy.
That's true. I agree.
But this doesn't affect them because they're protected. So that's why a lot of them don't want us to be protected under the media protections, which Milagro is fighting for right now.
Right now, we're just sitting ducks in some states. You get what I'm saying? So, but as a content creator, as a storyteller, as a commentator, as an opinion giver, as a question asker, bitch, you're not suing me because I don't agree. I'm not rooting for that. I'm not rooting for that. You're not suing me because I'm posing a question. I'm not rooting for that. I just can't. I should be sued for defamation for questioning the outcome of a case? No. No. I can't agree with that. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't like that. Somebody said people want facts, not opinions. Go read the news article. Like, don't like go read a newspaper. Go watch, you know what I mean? Like, some of our stuff is based in opinions, facts, commentary. If you just want strictly like fact-based like report, just go read a report. Don't come and watch a talk show. Don't listen to a radio show. Don't listen to a podcast based on opinions, thoughts, and questions and commentary. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's crazy. So so now Milagro, well, she said it's more than that. It's because of the deep fake video. It's just all the things that Milagro has done. But essentially, what I've gathered from Megan Thee Stallion, you are upset. You don't like her. You're upset that she don't agree with you. You're upset that her tweets get some traction, and she has people that also follow her that don't believe you, and you want her to shut the fuck up. Period. And you were able to hook her on the deep fake. Now, Milagro takes the stand for her side. They remove Megan Thee Stallion. We go to lunch. There were some more questions. Megan's going to actually take the stand again tomorrow because there were some more questions that he wanted to ask her. They just weren't able to admit everything into evidence. But that was just the crux of it, okay? They brought Milagros on the stand. Milagros did a great job with her team. So basically what they did here, and I want you to follow me, what they did here, they were establishing where Milagro came from, her upbringing, why she is who she is, and all of that. So they did a good job by talking about how, where her upbringing was from, how, you know, her mom went to school for journalism, pretty much failed because she got caught up on drugs and a nightlife, ended up staying with her grandmother. Her childhood was okay. Christmases and stuff were good, but her grandmother ruled with tough love. So if they wouldn't put the forks up the right way, the grandmother would throw all the forks on the floor and say, "Get this mother shit up, you stupid mother. You stupid. Get the fucking forks up, you." Something not like literally like that, but something a little like that. And then she said, you know, if she would sleep in too late, you know, she had to go to school, the grandmother would come off the bunk beds and rip the covers off her and say, "Get up. Get your mother up. You gotta get the fuck go to school." You know what I mean? So that's how but she would say it with love. She said she wouldn't get a lot of hugs and affection as kids. It was foundation of her upbringing. It started out as a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Oh. And Tory Lanez didn't give her that contract. Tory Lanez's family.
Here we go.
Go back and see. So she talked about how she had a contract with Stationhead. And Tory Lanez didn't give her that contract. Tory Lanez's family didn't get her the contract. She had the contract before that. HBO documentary, 5 Shots. Of course, I was in that. She said she spent about $10,000 on equipment. She said her modem itself is $3,000. so that she can stream all over the platform. What she would do on Station Head, because she was contracted for them, she would do the show there, but then she would give a visual on other platforms because Station Head doesn't have a visual. So what she's doing here now is establishing that I'm media. Are you guys catching it? So they're walking her through to show the Shade Room. Boom. They wanted you to do a Spotify deal. Boom. Here's your trademark. Here's your LLC. Here's your HBO thing. Here's this. Here's that. So you are actually media. Here's how much you've spent on equipment. Oh. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people, this is media. You think flying out to look like this shit is not cheap. My cameras and soundboards and all this stuff. We are media. Real media. Shit, I don't know what you call it. I've spent hundreds of $1,000s on stuff.
Facts.
This is media.
Talk about it, my boy.
I don't just go with a notebook and a laptop. It's a real production here.
Yeah.
So they tried to get rid of the deep fake. The deep fake is not going to get put out. They tried the motion for the deep fake to get put out. That didn't get put out, right? So then after that, they did something so great. They talked about Milagro and how she runs her show. Started from the beginning. Apparently, Megan Thee Stallion, B King feel like he don't like Megan Thee Stallion. Everybody kept saying, well, why don't B King and Megan Thee Stallion do work together, right? And so she was basically saying that, Megan Thee Stallion is a two-faced ass B, but Megan Thee Stallion is justified in not wanting to work with B King if she feels that way. This is on the audio. It's important because, let me show you. Hold on.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to get relevant stuff. I seen people say I'm behind.
Super chats, it's been great. I can't wait.
Yeah, like I want relevant stuff. I know he pauses sometimes, and wait, did he cut it? He cut it
in the hood. I'm a reporter. I don't remember. You got stuff. Then we may get into some other stuff. We'll have a collaboration because he posted this picture. Then Milagro's fans were just kind of making fun of Megan being tall. So, Megan was like, Milagro was just talking shit, being funny, more comedic. But what's even more interesting is,
damn,
that came up, and about 1 hour and 40 or 30 minutes into the show, and that topic lasted 10 minutes, and she moved on to Offset. So the point is, she was not in the thumbnail. She was not in the title. She didn't just jump on there and start dragging Megan Thee Stallion for being big and tall. She stood on it for 10 minutes, and you didn't know that was even going to come up in the video. So a person would have had to have sit and watched an hour and 30 minutes to even find that clip. So that's important because Megan's team used that clip and audio and picture in an attempt to make it seem like Milagro would just viciously attack Megan Thee Stallion out of nowhere. They didn't give any context to how the clip got there. They just went straight to the jokes. They just went straight to the roasting and the gagging. And
Megan Thee Stallion really suing over jokes. It's crazy.
It made it just feel like these were a bunch of unwarranted attacks on Milagro without giving any backstory. So today, a lot of what they did was they opened up the thread. When I mean opened up the thread, meaning let's watch the beginning, the middle, and the end to see how we got here. Instead of looking at a piece of the text message, let's open up and look at how the text message started and how it ended. Megan's team did a great job of trying to manipulate the jury because they would find what they wanted to see and they would crop it and they'd show that as like harassment. But then if you open it up a little bit, you'll be like, oh, wait, there's more context here. There's a little bit more context here. So this wasn't just blatantly, this woman was out here just attacking this girl every day. And then it was like, girl, this was within an hour. This was a 2-hour show. She talked about it for 10 minutes and then moved on.
Give me 3 more minutes.
So I thought that was very interesting because they used this audio last week in an attempt to make it look like Milagro was just bashing her when there was a whole streamline of story that how that picture even got into the stream. Milagro didn't just wake up and be like, oh, girl, I'm going to just start trashing Megan Thee Stallion. Girl, I would have put that picture up too and we would have roasted her and gagged her and kikied. That's what we do. Y'all know that. It wasn't just like, oh, everybody just let's roast and gag Megan right now. Like, it was like, girl, B King posted that picture of her. It's a key. She looked big as hell. The girl started keying. All right, girl, and on to the next. Boom. Come on. You're not suing me because of that. You're not. You're not suing me because of that. Kiss my ass. They was like, so what was you saying about, you know, when you were saying those things about how big she was and you were this, that, they were like saying, and she was like, well, honestly, I'm like 5'1", and she's like 6 feet. I think at that time she was like 230 pounds. I'm Milagro drug it. Like, I think it was like, she's over 200 pounds. I was just saying, you know, she's big. I can't physically take her. That would be ridiculous. I would never want to fight her.
She's big as fuck.
As she said on the stand today. I
ain't gonna lie though. If Meg Thee Stallion 100% woman, I'll fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look at his ass. But hell nah, like once she started with that little mouth and started doing all that bullshit she did to Tory, I would have dipped. Get your ratchet ass on out of here, nigga. You ain't gonna get to the point that somebody gotta pop your ass. Her body do look good. If she a biological woman. Feel me? Nigga, she could be dominating the WNBA, right? Nigga, she told her security.
Good morning.
Nigga, how the fuck she told her security? Holy. Look at the ass though. Bumbleclot. This is all natural? Yo, Tory was having a time in there. Yo, Partisan, we need to interview you, gang. What's that shit hitting for? Trey Songz, where you at, gang? Who else? Blue Fat? No. That's fat still though. Damn, that shit kind of fat, gang. I am a cat. Okay. Well, y'all think that shit loose? Nah, it can't be.
I said a much better day for Milagro today. Then they got into the station head. Milagro grams apparently made.
Oh, here we go. Lawyer for workers did a little commentary on this. So they asked Meg, like, yo, Meg, like, why do you think that Milagro lied on you when there was a victim who said that there was 2 women fighting? And Meg actually said, nah, the witness got it wrong. It was Tory fighting the girl, but Tory's small as fuck, so the witness from far away probably thought Tory was a girl. Hilarious. Watch this.
Oh, see, Megan thought she was being cute, so she just let this one rip. But let me count the ways this does not add up. And this can't wait. I should wait for some better lighting, a better time, but we'll get right to it because there's one point here that absolutely needs to get discussed. People, i.e. Sean Kelly, gave extensive testimony detailing all 4 individuals he saw. There is absolutely no basis in any type of fact to come to any type of conclusion that Sean Kelly mistook Tory Lanez for a woman given his size, given Sean Kelly's extensive testimony about all 4 individuals, their roles. So this is absolutely ridiculous. It is so wrong. Let me count the ways this is stupid. It's pure hubris, confidence on the stand, thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to get this off. You got it off, and it makes you look like what everybody says you are, an absolute liar. Stamped, certified. Oh, see, Megan thought she was being cute, so she just let this one rip. But let me count the ways this does not add up. And this can't wait. I should wait for some better lighting, a better time, but we'll get right to it because there's one point here that absolutely needs to get discussed. People, i.e. Sean Kelly, gave extensive testimony detailing all 4 individuals he saw. There is absolutely no basis in any type of fact to come to any type of conclusion that Sean Kelly mistook Tory Lanez for a woman given his size, given Sean Kelly's extensive testimony about all 4 individuals, their roles. So this is absolutely ridiculous. It is so wrong. Let me count the ways this is stupid. It's pure hubris, confidence on the stand, thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to get.
So Meg says Tory's about 5'2", 5'3", and was petite at the time. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I know Tory was like, bitch, you ain't think I was... Yo, Tory told me, allegedly. I don't even remember. He said, yo, he showed me a picture. He said, I had her bent over here giving her long dick in her ass daily, nigga. She was lying to that. She was lying to Kelsey. Oh, you good, girl? You got COVID? Get better. Tory's long dicking her. Bang, bang. Yo, you ain't call me petite when I'm long dicking you like that. Fuck out of here. The reason why you was crashing out, that nigga was long dicking you, man. Donkey fucking you. Stop playing with that nigga, man. Talking about the nigga was petite. Why he was slanging that dick on you. You was ready to crash out. By the way, y'all asked me about this in a deposition. I do not remember. I got bad memory. I'm over here drinking all type of alcohol. I seen the picture. Tory said, yo, I was dogging around. I said, gang, word? He said, yo, act. I was donkey fucking this bitch, bro. Nigga, I would ask her, yo, you sure your best friend ain't gonna find out? She'd say, fuck that hoe. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, shit. Allegedly. This is forgetful juice. This is called alcohol. But I heard the stories. You ain't call me petite after that. Matter of fact, let me find a picture. Allegedly. Maybe I dreamt this. Who knows? She probably deleted her. You gotta go all the way back. Cause I ain't gonna lie. At first when I was hearing it, I was like, Tori, you was tearing it up. He said, yo, act. I was giving this bitch some type of dick. I don't know who else fucked her, but nigga, I was putting that dang-a-lang on her. I'm like, holy. Let me see. What year is this? 2024. We gotta scroll back. Chat, I don't remember. This could have been a figment of my imagination. Okay? They asked me about this in the deposit. Did Tory tell you this? I don't recall that shit, man. Find that picture, though. Nigga, I know the balcony was piping her off. Hold on, the fuck? That nigga told me, that shit right there? That's where I was staying at in LA, nigga. I was fucking her crazy on that shit. Every day. Piping her out just cuz. She was like, fuck the studio. Just give me some dick. I'm like, damn. I'm like, word? He said, yo, act. Shorty was about to crash out on Kylie just because I was trying to get some extra buns. I'm like, yo, my nigga. My nigga. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, this is 2022. Oh, she deleted it. Fuck. Yeah, I think she deleted it. It's some shit. It's some shit. It kind of look over into a backyard. Allegedly. I be drunk. I don't know. He said, yo, that's what he said, yo. He said, guess whose spot that is? Nigga, that's my spot, nigga. He said, nigga, I was donkey fucking her over that shit every day, nigga. I was putting that shit on her, nigga. Nigga, when she seen me trying to rizz up Kylie, nigga, she almost died, nigga. She's like, yo, that's my nigga. I'm like, Shirley, hold on. I started fucking you because I was fucking your friend. Like, chill out, shorty. Said she was jealous. Yeah, that's why I tore her in jail, man. That's why you can't fuck two friends. She this shit. Yeah, she deleted them shits, man. It would have been in 2022, earlier. She deleted it. It's in her archives. Tell her to unarchive them pictures. The earliest shit she has is from July. Yeah, it's earlier. Allegedly. Allegedly.
They said,
I ain't gonna lie. I forgot to ask Tori the classic Cameron question. This is what I wanted to ask Tori. This is what I wanted to ask Tori right here.
Pussy though.
This is what I wanted to ask Tori. I ain't gonna lie.
How was that pussy though?
This is what I wanted to ask Tori.
I mean, bro.
This is what I wanted to ask Tori. This is what I wanted to ask Tori. I ain't gonna count y'all, Chad. I gotta be honest. I'm not that mature.
How was that pussy though?
I mean, bro. Even if it was fire,
Bro, was the pussy good, family? Let's stop the political shit. We was
Word two, like, yo, Tori, fuck all that shit you tell me right now, again. What's up, man? How's the, come on, bro.
Harlem time, my nigga. You 39th Street and 40th was the pussy. How was that pussy, my nigga?
How's that pussy?
bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I couldn't get there, bro.
Okay.
Like I got it.
That's what I wanted to ask him. I ain't asking him. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm not no liar. I'm not no liar. I ain't a liar. I ain't asking him that though. I wanted to though. I wanted to. All right. Anyway, her ass was fat back then though. Look at this shit. All right.
they said,
2 more minutes.
they said that he apparently made, hold on. They said she apparently made $6,300 on her contract. That was a cute contract. And $1,000 on her Discord. Right? But she lost that. They fired her because of the Megan Thee Stallion. So she lost that money. You guys know I don't like that. I don't like that. I know what that's like when these girls be trying to stop your bags. I don't like that. I'm not gonna be here rooting for these celebrities, and I'm on the side of new media because, girl, why are you calling around? Why are you getting me fired?
Damn.
You know, I'm very triggered by that.
Somebody got
That
him
triggers
fired?
me.
Who got my boy fired?
So she lost her job. She lost her job. And so they were painting a picture of the fact that, girl, I got no benefit from being on Team Tory Lanez.
That's
Actually, I lost my job.
Talk about it.
And I lost a lot of followers, and I've been trashed and dragged, and shit, I'm getting sued. They said, do you have a cult-like following? She said no, she definitely do. That's a lie.
Milagro got a cult-like following?
She lied there, but I'm okay with it, girl. You lied, but You know you got a cult. You know, girl, they be lying with you, and y'all was doxing and doing all that. You did do that. Lie. The devil is a lie. But just as a girl, you lied. On that one, there's no shade.
Well, oh shit.
They said that he apparently made hold on. Then they asked, does she feel like other people, you know, in her field do the same thing? You know, and like how she, you know, she talked about, you know, Nick at Night, how Nick at Night, you know, they had talked before. I forgot how Nick at Night actually came up, but it was just more like, you know, all of us kind of go through different things, but then we have our report and we're cool. Cause like basically a lot of creators do what Milagro